Hey, I'm here with Jeff Stanley of Standley Handcrafted. Jeff is fondly referred to as the king of candles. So tell us, Jeff, how did you become the king of candles?
I kind of started probably about 5 years ago now. My daughter and I, the whole family, we were up in Seattle on just a kind of family vacation. And her and her little cousin kept going in and out of one of the bathrooms in the lobby of the hotel, and it had a sugar scrub in the bathroom. And not joking, they would go in and out probably every 20, 30 minutes and use it again and come out. They just loved it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and it got pretty funny after a while. And as we were leaving, the company that made it and had them in all the bathrooms, they were actually selling it at the lobby, and she wanted to get
company.
one. Yeah, exactly. So she took me over there. She wanted to get one, and I was kind of shocked at the price. And I think it was like $15 for like a little 4-ounce tin. And so I started looking at it, and then of course you look on the back of the ingredients and everything like that, and it's real simple. And I kind of told my daughter at the time, I was like, we could make this at home, but she still wanted one. So we took it back home, made it, and she liked it a lot. And within probably a day of making it, she asked if we could sell it somewhere. And
I love her entrepreneurial spirit.
Absolutely, and I'm all over that one. So that's exactly what we did. I went out to some of the local shops and just picked up some containers that thought it would look cool, and basically started making it. Took it to work the next day, and I sold probably, I don't know, made $100 the next day just selling them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I came home, told her, she got excited. Of course, I had to.
You guys split your profits, or you at least took her out for ice cream, I hope?
Yeah, definitely split the profits with her, and then we, I don't know, for me, it just kind of took off after that. So we actually started to make sugar scrubs and just basic soap in the begining, and then after, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 months, somebody in the family said they wanted candles because they didn't want to pay the prices for them. So I went around, jumped online, and basically just made our first batch of candles and took them to a market that we were doing at the time, and the candles sold out in probably the first half hour. And after that,
so you knew you were onto something.
Yeah, knew we were onto something with that one. And then, yeah, it was basically over after that. And then as soon as I started making the candles, I like really dove into it.
Yeah, so you've been making candles now for obviously several years. And not only do you have a successful candle making business yourself, but you've grown a YouTube platform for education on candle making, and you've grown a Facebook group also to help educate candle makers. How did that process unfold, and how did you start making your YouTube videos and sharing what you knew about candle making?
That one came probably a couple years later. I think I looked it up earlier. I think my How to Make Candles video, which is like the most popular one, I think that one's been on for about 2.5 years now. But started the YouTube channel probably about 3 years ago, and basically the reason I started the YouTube channel was there just wasn't a lot of videos out there. There were 1 or 2 that kind of told you how to make them, but it was real basic information, and a lot of the stuff that after you learn to make candles, there's a lot of information out there that you need to know, and I just didn't see it on YouTube at all. And then the one video that was on there that actually gave some pretty decent information, I don't know, I kind of looked at my daughter and I said, we could easily make a video that not does better than that, but gives a little bit more information.
Yeah, and you saw an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the opportunity and just kind of jumped on it. So she and I made the video, and it just, I mean, that first video like really took off. And then after we did that one, people started to comment and basically say, I like that, can you show me more of this? And basically every single comment asking questions was just a new piece of content, and we just kind of jumped on that one and then just started, trying to get as much out there as possible.
I love that. So having almost spent 5 years now in making your own products, what's the best experience you've had, or the best thing that you've done or learned along this journey?
I'd say probably just testing. I mean, just doing it over and over and over has really taught me more than anything I've learned from manufacturers' websites or other people in the group or Google or anything like that. Just doing that process over and over, you really get a sense of why things happen the way they do, or why waxes set the way they set. So yeah, just basically, doing it 1,000 times.
So if you guys love doing the same thing 1,000 times. No, I'm just kidding. Candle making is always something new and fun, and a continual learning process.
Absolutely.
No matter where you're at on your journey. So
yeah, it really is. And that's the one thing I tell a lot of people now is a lot of people come to me, and I laugh when people in the group and the king of candles and stuff like that, which I think is really funny. I love that. But I always tell people, like, I'm still learning a lot in this as well. And that's where a lot of my videos come in. It's not necessarily this is an exact route, this is exactly what you need to do. A lot of my videos start off saying, here's my results. And I definitely try to let people know that, yeah, it's all a learning process, and there's still a lot to learn too.
Yeah, it's never ending.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who's just starting out their candle business or just starting to make candles for the first time? What advice would you give them?
I would say just kind of dive in, get a good kit, and again, just with the repetitiveness that I mentioned earlier, just get in there and start testing. Don't be afraid to make a bad candle. I mean, if it looks ugly, who cares in the beginning?
It's a work in progress.
It really is. It's a work in progress. And again, doing it over and over, you're going to see why you had like a misshapen top or something like that, or a wick that went sideways. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see it over and over. So yeah, basically just not beating yourself up is probably the biggest thing.
That sounds like the start to a sad poem, The Wick That Went Sideways.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your favorite part of candle making? Is it the product development? Is it the hands-on process? Is it scent blending, or what's the thing you find yourself wanting to do the most?
I actually just like making things. I grew up doing like woodworking, photography, anything like that. I like getting my hands on everything. So I would say probably actually making the candles, coming up with something not really unique, but when it comes to the scent blending, that's a real good one where you can really set yourself apart from somebody, and just coming up with new scents and just really mixing stuff together. So I like the creativity part of it a lot.
I love that. That's got to be my favorite aspect too, is just having an outlet to be creative, create your own products, and make something really unique that you know is going to make somebody else happy or feel good or give them a fun experience. So that's awesome. If you're interested in more educational resources, subscribe to our YouTube, Standley Handcrafted and the Wooden Wick Co. for more makers, tips, and tricks. Happy making!